Sarah, my first question to you would be, what motivated you to make that transition from like a software engineer role to a data scientist role? Was there like any project or any moment that told you that okay, it's time to switch now?
As I said, I started my career as a software engineer. I was developing web applications using Java, using SIP house language, ABIP, and I didn't like so much what I'm doing. Why?
So
Because
I would also like to know, how did you choose what to learn? Like statistics, ML, product analytics. There are so many things out there, right? Like how did you decide what you want to choose out of everything?
So first of all, when I did the computer science engineering, we had like a semester, 2 semesters, where it was. I also chose the option of artificial intelligence. So there we had like the theory behind artificial intelligence, like
Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to the eighth episode of Tech Exploration Hub. Today we have here with us Sarah Mestiri. She's a data scientist, and I'm really glad to have her here to talk about her experiences of transitioning from a software engineer role to a data scientist role. Um, and she's also a career coach. So I'm more than happy to hear about her experiences. So let's hear from Sarah. Sarah, can you introduce yourself?
hello, Khushbu. Thank you for the invitation in your podcast. I have the pleasure to be here and to share my experience. To introduce myself, I'm Sarah. I'm a data scientist for over 9 years. And I have experience in the tech field for even more, so more than 10 years. And yeah, I have been working in different industries. I worked for companies similar to SIP and then in the financial industry, but that was as a software engineer. I started my career as a software engineer. I studied computer science engineering and then I switched to data science. And I went through many phases in my life where I also at some point decided to start with career coaching, and I help women in tech who gained some years of experience and are stuck in a point of where, okay, where should I go? Because they are not advancing and so on. So I help them gain the clarity and redesign their careers with confidence.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
you want to say,
On a personal level, so like I'm also a mom.
yeah,
I'm a mom of two boys, and yeah, I live in Germany.
wow, mom of two
And
boys. Yes, and a
yeah,
data scientist. Amazing.
yeah, that's it.
Because I can totally relate to you. Like my baby is sleeping, and I'm just hoping he doesn't wake up until we finish the call. So, so I think, yeah, totally relatable. So, Sarah, my first question to you would be, what motivated you to make that transition from like a software engineer role to a data scientist role? Was there like any project or any moment that told you that okay, it's time to switch now?
As I said, I started my career as a software engineer. I was developing web applications using Java, using SIP house language, ABIP, and I didn't like so much what I'm doing. Why? Because I missed the depth of why I'm doing what I'm doing, impact, and at that time, I was at the same time like it was like the wave of smartphones and like discovering smartphones and the face recognition, the voice recognition. And I also love traveling, so I know new booking.com and the recommendations things. So I was curious about those things. And they really intrigued me. I thought those are like more interesting things that I could learn about and then master, because I understood that this is like the future. We are more going to develop on those areas, and it really interested me. So that's how I evaluated where I am. I didn't like what I'm doing. I wanted to have more impact and this new technology. So I decided at that time to explore the field of data science and artificial intelligence.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, a lot of the times we see so much changing in tech and then it's important to be curious to know what's happening and what's changing around you. So that's good to know that, curiosity led you to this change. And
Yeah.
so I would also like to know, how did you choose what to learn? Like statistics, ML, product analytics. There are so many things out there, right? Like how did you decide what you want to choose out of everything?
Yeah, so first of all, when I did the computer science engineering, we had like a semester, 2 semesters where it was I also chose the option of artificial intelligence. So there we had like the theory behind artificial intelligence, like some things, and I could have an idea of what it is. There is like machine learning, there is optimization, there is so I knew the main concepts. Easier for me to say, okay, I need to gain deeper knowledge in machine learning. So I started with machine learning specialization. And from there, I discovered, for example, that I need also to deepen my knowledge in statistics. Although I studied it, but for me, always it's when I study something and I don't know how I'm going to use it, then it's like I just use it for the exams and throw it away. Especially, I didn't really enjoy statistics on its own. So then I had to deepen my knowledge in statistics and in data analysis, but I started with machine learning specialization, and I started with Coursera, like University of Washington online.
Okay. Yeah, that was my next question. So, like, what courses, projects you used to make that transition? So, was it like a Coursera course that you took
Yeah,
on
yeah,
machine learning?
yes.
Okay. And like, can you tell us a little bit about that course? Like, did it have like any capstone project towards the end, or it was just
Yes, yes, it
okay?
has. It had. I don't know for people familiar with Coursera, but usually there is weekly. It has a deadline,
Okay.
and there is like weekly. So this, of course, it was like in 2016, 17, so a bit far away. But it's the same. Like they use it this way. Like there is week by week. Then you have small questionnaires. At some point, also you have projects. Always there is some projects, and I struggled actually with the projects of Coursera. It was with a special language or something that I couldn't really master.
Okay.
And I had these projects to do, answer questions, apply what I learned there. And then there is, of course, capstone. So there is like maybe 5 courses under this specialization, 4 or 5 courses. And I finished each course. But then, as I told you, I struggled a little bit in the projects and the application side. So I started another course in Udemy, which is Python for data science.
Okay.
And this one was so good for me. Like it was like, okay, in the machine learning specialization, I could understand better the algorithms, the different like linear regression, clustering, classification, and how like the algorithm really like the in depth of these things, the errors and so on. And then in data science for Python for data science, it was about uh, EDA, so exploration, data analysis. I forgot the abbreviation of it, but it's EDA. And then I learned about different libraries, pandas, like the data analysis libraries in Python, and I started to do small projects that I was also putting in GitHub. That's how I started to do projects there from that
So,
course.
you got these projects in the same Udemy course to do?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see. And how did you translate your engineering experience that you have into a data science portfolio?
Yeah, so before, as I said, I had like the software engineer background, so I could understand, for example, the software development cycle, which also was relevant for some data science roles where the data scientist is developing a product, could be sometimes. So I had like, it helped me that I knew, for example, the Java, so Python is much more easier, and I had like it was easy for me to get to the data science field, understand and apply things. And in terms of transferring it to the data science as experience is yeah, I try it to show, for example, because I analyzed some things in the software engineering. So when I analyze a problem in software engineering, this is a skill that I can transfer. Also, it means that I can analyze a problem in data science. I also had knowledge of databases, cleaning or the queries and so on. So I used that to transfer it to the data science field. Um, what else? My technical background, of course, that's like the general thing. Yeah, that's what I can think about.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Like, could you also tell us like what does a typical day look like for you as a data scientist?
So usually we start our days with the check-in, like where are you in your tasks and so on. And then after that is I have my projects. Usually, like I have my own project that I work from it, like from the problem to the development of the solution, to finding the algorithm, the right algorithm, and so on. So my day I spend it analyzing the data, trying to understand the patterns, cleaning the data before before analyzing it, and then also researching what could be the model to use to solve this problem.
I had a small follow-up question to your like previous answer. Like, how did you convince the like recruiters? Like, did you just create a portfolio? You said you put your projects in GitHub and you just created a resume and started applying for the jobs, or like, was there a different approach that you took to make the transition?
Yeah, so my approach was that first I got myself into the people that work in the field. So I joined an event where it was about data. And also at that time I was living in Tunisia and I wanted to move my home country and I wanted to move to Germany. So I joined an event in Germany and there I connected with people. So I wanted to first to start to build my network there, and also understand what's happening in the data field. And then this is one part that helped me a lot. And the other thing is, so okay, I connect with those people, but then how do they know what I'm doing actually, and how I'm going to transition to this field? Because at the time I knew I want to transition, and then what I have been doing. So I have been sharing in blog posts what I'm doing. I had my own website, so I share my challenges, how I solved them when I'm learning, and what's my goal. Because I'm so connected to why I'm doing something, so why I am moving to data science, what's my goal. And I had my GitHub account as well, where I didn't put big projects, but I put what I'm working on. So the projects of that course in Udemy. Sometimes also when I had some interviews, and then I can use that to put it on GitHub, what I did work on. And how did I convince? Well, they do some practical exercise. So they give problems, and then you have to analyze, explain why did you follow this framework, and that's how basically the process of started of actually convincing them to
Yeah,
look right.
I
Yeah.
think that's very crucial key takeaway that you've provided. I think creating that visibility. I think right now the era I think we are in, we need to create as much visibility as we need to just get yourself out there, make yourself available so people know that you're trying to get into a certain field or a certain role, right? I think that,
Yeah.
yeah, that's important. Thanks for that. I also wanted to know, like, what inspired you to start this career coaching?
So the thing, visibility is important, as you said, but the thing is, you need to do it your way. So
Mm.
that was my way. It's like I knew that I love sharing. I wanted to belong to a community, and I used it as like to share. I didn't think about, oh, I need to make myself visible so recruiters actually see me. It was like, no, mostly because I wanted to share. So yeah, this so each person has actually to see what do I like to show up. I mean, what's the easiest way for me, which like to make it more something internal motivation. It's not like waiting for the feed for the person to say, "Oh, I saw you," but no, for you, I'm already satisfied when I'm sharing these learnings. That's one thing that I wanted to
Thank
share.
you. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Agreed.
Yeah. What inspired me to start coaching is this career. So I went through this career transition, which wasn't easy. Like I had like some moments where I lost hope, where I thought, oh, this is not happening, and I had to develop a system actually around me because I decided to leave my job at that time. I was like, no, I cannot at the same time do my job and look for the data science job
Yeah.
and go for this transition. So I decided to leave my job, which wasn't easy, by the way, because I had to convince my husband, and I was married, so I had to convince him. And why are you doing this? You're leaving your job.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
so there was a lot of work internally. And then I had to build a system so that I can keep going while getting the rejections. And all the like this experience really changed me, made me learn. And then when I became a mom, I discovered that many women, when they become moms, also they think about changing their careers, and they can go through this period of, I'm not sure if this is still right for me. So I started with coaching moms, trying to help moms so they can find a thriving career, so they can thrive while also working and having kids. And then I switched to actually career coaching for women in tech, because actually that's what I was attracting more those people who are moving to tech. And then I wanted to focus on the women in tech because even women in tech are struggling so much. So that's why I went to coaching women in
I
tech,
think,
and I enjoy that. It's linked to my strengths. So I like to, I'm so, like, I believe a lot in strengths.
hmm.
And when I did like my strengths test, Gallup strengths test, I found that I could be a good coach with the strengths that I have. And that's why I actually never regretted starting coaching.
So what is this trans test you mentioned? Uh,
Gallup. It's before it was called Strengths Finder.
okay.
Strengths Finder strengths test, which is widely known, like based on over decades of research.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's incredibly amazing. Like I know I've seen your post previously, like you used to actively share and then motivate a lot of women in tech. And I think that kind of motivated me also, in a way, really. I mean it, to start this. And I also wanted to like help other women. Like most of, not all, but most of my podcast interviewees have been women and especially moms
Mhm.
in tech. So I know that it is challenging, and it is way more challenging for being a woman, a mom in tech, and making that career transition. So
Yeah.
kudos for you for that. Uh, and I also wanted to ask about your data science experience. Like, what interview questions or like take-home challenges surprised you the most?
I, yeah, that's a bit hard question.
Was there anything that, made you think
Uh,
and spend a lot of time? Any interview in specific that you want to share? Any experience?
I find like one time they sent me data.
Mhm.
I couldn't even understand the meaning of the title. What do the columns mean? It's
Oh,
like there's this problem, and I couldn't.
makes sense. Okay.
Like pick up the the meaning of the columns, and I think because also I didn't have the domain knowledge, something important in the data science, which also started. Every woman tells me what to do. I suggest first to pick a domain, because in data science the domain knowledge is so important. So when I applied for travel like Trivago, I remember back then, and I got lost in the in the data and in the meaning of the columns. That's one surprising thing for me, and I couldn't ask. Like I have nobody to ask or whatever. Like this is the challenge and do it.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't.
thanks for sharing that. Thanks a lot. I think
Yeah,
I'm sure
like,
that's valuable.
I don't remember questions. I think there is no question that surprised me in
Okay.
interviewing a lot. Yeah.
Okay. No worries. I think we have almost reached towards our end of questions. I just want to ask you, what is one actionable insight you want to give to folks who are trying to make this career transition into data science?
Uh, yeah. One thing is to know why you want to change to this field. So because because it's easy to think, yeah, I that's how the world is moving and that's all, but for you, in what way does it matter? Like, why, what do you want to change through this career transition? Exactly. So that's one thing. And the second thing, to try to gain clarity before starting to take the courses, or like, don't jump into taking courses right away. Put a goal. So that's what I mean. Like, so for example, okay, because you can get lost in also taking courses and always thinking, I need to learn more and I need to learn more. So put a goal for what you want to learn, and while you are learning, try to gain visibility, this visibility thing as well. I mean, I have many insights. To be honest, I'm struggling to find one insight.
I understand. I also like when people ask me questions, I have too many things to tell. I'm trying to comprehend how to
Yeah,
it forth.
yeah.
But I think that's you're right, in a way. Like I've myself done some courses on Coursera with machine learning and all, and then I just, left it there, and then I started continuing with my work because my work got busy. So I think you're right. Like even in your experience, right? You told me that something that intrigued your interest is like the recommendation system of like bookings.com. So I think something that interests you and you're really passionate about, that will, I think, keep you motivated, right?
Mm,
Like
mm.
if you're not motivated, you'll eventually never end up doing it. And I've seen, I've also like interviewed, like coached a lot of mentors and all, like tech professionals who are getting into different fields, and I see people just following the crowd. Like, okay,
Mm.
everybody is doing data science, so let me just do it because I think that's the next big thing, but I don't think that's the right approach. That's what,
Yeah. I
is.
mean, now as you are working, try to I the one insight is explore your strengths. Really try to I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, for example, this Gallup test is not cheap. It's like around $60 or something. But I cannot just emphasize enough how the fact that I'm knowing my strengths, I'm like, it helps me a lot. I could understand why I'm doing it this way. I'm not doing this way. What could work with me? I mean, slowly, like the practice of you have your strengths and then you remember, you try to reflect on like, how did you use the strengths? Maybe because there is also some blind spots. There are some blind spots in strengths So from that lens, it's yeah, it changes your experience. It helps you uh, better navigate your career transition. And the other thing is to talk to people. It's never like it's easy to put yourself in front of the screen and just learn, 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 get stuck. No, talk to people. Try to find people who are in the field, understand the different roles. What's the different? Talk to people. This is like maybe the one insight. Yeah, I mean, into two things.
Yeah, yeah. No, thank you for that. And also like when you talk about this Gallup test, is it like an app? What exactly is it?
It's online, and then you have to register, pay, and then it's a 2 hours. Like
Yes.
they tell you, like
Okay.
2 hours to do the question
Okay.
answers, and
Okay.
then you get the result.
Okay. And then it kind of also tells you your strengths within.
Yeah, it tells
Okay.
you the top five strengths, and then if you want the full report, yeah, I think it's yeah, and then you can take the full reports of all. Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. I'll
I
definitely.
did it in my career transition, like in software engineer to data science. I did this test myself.
Okay. Okay. Sounds great. So, I just want to say, Sarah, thank you so much for taking the time. I really, really appreciate it, honestly, because I totally get it how busy your life must be. But taking all the time and sharing your insights with others, I think it's really very valuable. Anything you want to say before we end the call? Or
Oh, thank you so much for this invitation, and don't give up. That's like don't give up and keep going, growing and going.
yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate your time. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye.